So yesterday we went back to the beginning and we started talking about what a cue is and what makes a cue part of a habit, right? When we start talking about the habit loop, we have the cue, we have the motivation, we have the action itself, and then we have the reward. And all four of those elements are needed to develop a habit. And so the cue is the first one, and we defined what a cue was last time. Today we're going to talk about why it's important. Like, why have a cue in the first place? Why should you actually stop and designate what cue you're going to use for what action that you want to develop into a habit? All right, there's basically four reasons. The first one is having a specific cue for an action reduces your cognitive load. When the cue shows up, you don't even have to guess what you're supposed to do. You know what to do. You just do it. Number two, it allows multitasking. If the cue appears and then you just automatically do it, you can not even really think about it. We'll talk about that in a second. The third thing, it prevents decision fatigue. Now, this is an interesting thing about making decisions. Studies have shown that the more decisions you make, the less the ability to make a good decision happens. So if you're having a day of making decisions after decision after decision, then you'll know that in the afternoon, those decisions aren't as good as the ones you made in the morning. You just get too tired and your brain just stops and picks whatever it wants to pick. And the fourth thing is you have a faster reaction time. The cue appears, you do the thing, right? That's basically the four main reasons why you want to have a cue. Now let's get into them a bit. Okay, so it reduces the cognitive load. What does that mean? Well, it means that your brain, which is the biggest consumer of energy in your body, it consumes 20% of the oxygen in your system. So the 20% of your calories, not oxygen, 20% of the calories that you ingest go to support your brain. So it's just a small little organ, but 20% of the energy goes to it. So anything you can do to lower the amount of energy that you're needing to do regular things, habits, then the better off you are for being able to continue on being energetic throughout the day. Now, anything you can do to lower that energy is what you want, right? And so a cue will instigate an action without you having to think about it, right? So that means that the energy you needed to use to decide what to do is gone. You don't have to worry about that energy anymore. It's already taken care of. Because, the cue appears, you do the action. The third thing, it allows multitasking. No, second thing, it allows multitasking. Okay, so they say that you can't really multitask. You can't try and solve two problems at a time. You can't do two things at once. Well, I say bogus. That's not true. You do it all the time. You breathe and you walk. You chew gum and you walk. You talk to your wife while driving your car. These are multitasking things. But when you first started driving the car, you didn't multitask. That's all you did was drive the car. But after years of driving the car, it's just a habit. It's cue. You know exactly what to do. The road bends. The only time you remember the drive from work to home is if somebody gets in your way. So it allows you to multitask, which is important because if you can multitask, then you can go from one level to the next and you don't have to fall back because you know that the thing that's a habit that's moving you up to that next level is going to happen anyway. It's a habit. The cue appears, you do it. So what happens is a cue will instigate a remembered routine. it's two parts of your brain. One part is the conscious part trying to solve the problem, and the other part is the unconscious part that knows how to solve the problem already. It's just gonna do it, and that's what the cue does. It just, oh, that's the routine I'm going to use. Bang, it does it. Third thing, it prevents decision fatigue. So if you have to decide what you're going to do every second of your day, by the end of the day, you're done. You're totally exhausted. In fact, probably if you had to decide what you have to do every second of your day or every minute of your day, probably by half an hour or an hour of your day, you'd be done, right? Because so many things you do by habit already. You wake up pretty well at the same time. You do the same thing after you get up pretty well every day. You tie your shoes the same way. You turn the light on the same way. All these things are habits. And if you can develop a habit that you want that will allow you to just do it whenever you want to, then you don't have to worry about it. It just happens. So, decision fatigue is a big problem, especially for managers, right? They get tired. Judges also people know that it's best to have a parole hearing, if you're in that situation, either right after the judge has had a rest or just first thing in the morning, because he's going to look at your case much more accurately. And if you're trying hard to get out, then he's going to look at that and say, you're trying. Okay, I think that's great. But if he's tired, he'll just think, whatever I said last time is what I'm going to say this time, because he's tired. And that's fair. That happens, and that's just, you can't do anything about it. So if you want to prevent decision fatigue when it comes to developing a new habit, then the cue is there. You don't even need to decide. You just do it. All right, number 4, faster reaction time. I don't know how many of you are 2-finger typers. You use the Columbus method, discover and land. You probably would be able to type at max 25 words a minute, right? Trying to do that. But if you're using all your fingers, you don't even look at the keys, then you can type, some people can type 90 words a minute. I think I type 60 words a minute, and I just can type because my fingers know where the keys are. The letters are on the keyboard, and we just type, right? That's what a typist does. That's what people who type a lot do, because they just do it, right? It's just a cue. A, B, C, D. They all know where the keys are. You just go. And in fact, me doing this, I can't remember, but put my hands on the keyboard, and I look at a word, and I can type it. And most people are like that type. This is the point. You can speed up your time just by cueing what the action is. So let's say you're driving your car and you hit a patch of ice. What do? Well, it's an automatic thing. You turn into the slide if you're going in one direction or the other. You take your foot off the gas, and right, you don't freak out because you know that you feel the car, and you know what it's going to do. That is because it's a habit, because if you live in a place like I do, where there's snow and ice for a period of time, then you know what to do. You do it enough times that it's just, it happens. A reaction is fast, and you probably don't even notice you're doing it. Baseball players. I talked to quite a while ago about a friend of mine that was hitting a line drive, and we were talking. I was like 12 years old. We were talking back and forth. Somebody hits a line drive, and he picks the ball, doesn't even break his sentence, catches the ball, throws it to first, and gets the guy out. I could barely even see the ball, and he just did it like that because he'd done it so many times. He knew, cue, ball coming at me, pick it up, throw it to first. So those are the 4 reasons why a cue is important. Just remember that if you can lower the amount of energy your brain uses to do something, then it's happy. So that's why when you pick a cue that to attach specifically to an action, then your brain will like that a lot because it knows what to do. It doesn't have to decide. And once that has made that connection, once you've made that connection, then your habit is almost there, right? You've already understand, this cue will give me that, which will give me that reward. And then you're good. All right, so tomorrow we're going to talk about what happens in your brain when you have a cue and how that cue starts to build and develop the habit.